Hi VOD girlies. We are here for a chill shiny hunting stream. I'm gonna update everybody on everything that's going on today. We're gonna go ahead and go to the Pokemon Center. I hope this VOD finds everybody well. I hope those of you who watched the Digimon Time Stranger yesterday had a really good time with it. I'm really excited to get into that game. But I do want to incorporate more shiny hunting into the moment. Do you think Jumpluff, Whimsicott, and Eldegoss get along? I think so, Gar. Hi, Gar. I think they do. They're kind of like sisters or cousins in a way. I need to get new winter tires for my car, but it's like $650 for 4 tires. Alias, it is such a racket, isn't it? Okay, let me update y'all on everything that's going on. So this is my shiny box here. Let me move this over so y'all can see, and myself over. I'll put that back in a second. I have been hunting shiny Clefairies here, and I have not gotten one to spawn. So I've managed to get in my adventures Magikarp and Flaffy, y'all know that. I got a Houndoom because I was hunting something else. I forget what it was. And then I also got a, but that's it for like the non, Clefairy hunt. The Clefairy area that I've been spawning, because you know it's like a 50-meter radius from like here, I've managed to get a lot of shinies. So I have a lot of Furfros. I decided I wanted to just go for all of them. I've caught 3 of them in luxury balls. I caught this one in a fastball for one of the forms. This one I think is for the star form, a quick ball. A dive ball I think is for another one of the blue ones, and then a sport ball for another one. Fletchlings, as y'all know, everybody has a lot of fletchlings. They just spawn everywhere, and I honestly think that the shiny rate is really high for them. I think I have a conspiracy theory that I'm really interested in, that I believe that like they made them spawn more as a shiny. So I caught them in repeat balls because they match, but also it's kind of like funny. Do we have a new person? Clefairy area. Hi, Phaun. Wait. You started teaching full time. Hi, Alessandro. I hope you're enjoying teaching. Hi, Cam. Okay. I got a Flabébé just randomly. I think I got that live with y'all. I have a shiny Leafeon and a shiny Flareon, a Leafeon in a friend ball, and a Flareon in a fast ball. These are actually new for the collection. I don't have a Leafeon or a Flareon, so I feel like these are like, I'm really happy with these. I have 2 Audinos. I have one in a Love Ball and one in a Moon Ball. I like Audino, so I don't mind using an Abra Ball for them. I also have a Kangaskhan. I got Heavy Ball, Lure Ball, and Premier Ball. I think that they really match. And then some extras in Luxury Balls. Patrat really surprised me. I did get it in a Level Ball, because I just feel like even though it's blue and then it evolves into purple, I feel like it matches it a lot. Patrat's a cool one too to add to the collection. There are some Pokemon I don't have in my shiny collection. Some repeats, but oh, and I have a shiny Trubbish in a Moon Ball. So that's what I've been working with, and we've been trying to get shiny Clefairy. Oh, I also got these Eevees, so I want to get a Sylveon, an Umbreon, and something else in a sport ball. I forget what it was. I think on this stream I do want to like do some evolutions today and like cut these Furfro's hairs. And that's really it. I got the different Pokeballs from doing online battles. You can get them from the Zia Royale, but if you get 1st or 2nd place in the online battles, you get like a 3 to 8% chance, depending on which place you get, to win. To get a ball. And something I've been doing to sort of Diavo, thank you so much for subscribing. Let me turn on the alerts. I didn't hear that. Thank you. Something I've been doing in this game, because it's a little bit different than Scarlet and Violet. Scarlet and Violet in the DLCs added a lot of ability to basically literally print Abra Balls, and you can manipulate spawns a lot. And I feel like they're going to do that in the DLC for this game, is make it a little bit more approachable to shiny hunt. I think that they kind of like incentivize you to keep playing, so you can have a better chance at like shiny hunting later in like the late game in the DLCs. So as we're like sort of doing more randomizer stuff, like random sort of drops and stuff. I'm trying to embrace that spontaneity and like catch things in balls that I normally don't do, because I almost exclusively use dream balls. So I'm trying to like catch some stuff from my collection that's a little bit more like random and fun. But I'm saving one love ball for the Clefairy. Here's the hoping Apple balls are more easily accessible in the DLC. I have a feeling that they're gonna be. The music is like really like badly leveled. Let's try this. Okay, we're gonna do a different setup today. I like for the music to be like bumping just a little bit while we're hanging out. Okay, so let's get started on this this shiny hunt. We gotta have it nighttime. Aftercry, welcome to the VOD girly. Hi, happy to have you today. I'm rank A. I'm not going back online until I run out of Apper balls or I need more love balls. Which basically, if I get once I get my Clefairy, I'm gonna go back online. Yeah, I'm well, I don't know how to show y'all what rank I am, but I'm rank A online. How are we feeling overall with the game? I mean, I can't give you like a full Metacritic review. I like Pokemon. This is like my bread and butter. I think that the game is really fun. Honestly, playing Digimon Time Stranger in this game, I know that people like to pit things against each other and sort of like, you know, split hairs over like what game is the most masterpiece of them all. I think that like it's Legendza is a fun Pokemon. It's giving Pokemon. I think if you want to play through the story, you'll have a good time. I think the Shiny Hunting in Scarlet and Violet is still a little bit more superior, but Scarlet and Violet also has 2 DLCs. And also, I don't think that Legends is necessarily going to be like a more classic Pokemon experience. This is quite novel, but if you're waiting for like a more classic experience, I would say just wait for Gen 10. I like it though. Like, I just like playing Pokemon. Yeah, I want to do a tier list for Time Stranger for Digimon. You have to get 1st or 2nd place to get Apper balls. If you're not good at consistently getting 1st or 2nd place, you're probably better off doing the ZA Royales. But if you get 2nd place, you get like a 3% chance of getting an Apper ball, and if you get 1st place, you get an 8% chance. Considering the fact that it takes a lot less time to get to the reward screen on matches as opposed to the ZA Royale, leveling up, it's technically faster, but that also requires you like sort of battling in an action format with like a meta that's growing. I had to fight to get to rank A, these girls with these legendaries. Yeah, Xerneas is tired. Xerneas and Yveltal are tired, but people are always going to bring the strongest if they let them. Phaun, are you sure Clefairy is within reach to become shiny by this method? When I was shiny hunting Grandpa, I did the run back and forth method. Actually, that's a really good point. I never thought about that. Maybe it's not spawning in. Wait a minute. That might be why I'm having such a hard time. Let's see. No, they're there. No, wait a minute. They're there, I think. See, they're still there. Maybe that might... If you had to do that for Grandpa, then that might be it. I've had a really hard time getting Clefairies. It might be because I'm like just doing the teleport assuming that they're there. Oh my god. Let's do a teleport and see. The rooftop are the best to farm them? I am so embarrassed. Y'all, all weekend, like for hours I've been doing this. Oh my god. This team that I have, as y'all see, let me actually, oh, no, that's wrong. The team that I have, has been working for me. Let me move this stuff over. like it's not consistent. You know, like running maybe Groudon, Metagross, and Xerneas might be more fun. I mean, might be more consistent, but this is more fun for me. I have Macaron with an expert belt running types. I have Wonka, which is basically like a Metagross counter. And I have Arachne, who hunts Xerneases, but the playstyle that I take is not very, I don't engage a lot. I'll kind of sit in the background and wait for opportunities. But I just, when you play Digimon next, you gotta get Palmon. She's so mother and very grass fairy. I'm gonna be playing very blind with it, so there's really no promise as to what my final team will be. A lot of people like yesterday and like in my DMs and stuff were like, you have to get this Digimon by blah, doing this and this and that. I don't resonate with that. I'm sure Palmon is gag, but I just like don't like playing RPGs, like looking up a guide on like how to get the most. I like the spontaneity. So if Palmon's in, then she's in, but I don't know who she is, what she looks like, or how to get her. So good luck to your favorites. Okay, so somebody said doing the roof. I need a pink team. Like I need more pink. Like I've been doing this like really slay team and I love them, but I need more pink. Jesta, thank you for 8 months. So somebody said a rooftop. Let's see. Maybe it's up here. Cracked Olive, thank you so much for stopping by. I am happy to see you. Welcome to the VOD Girly. And also welcome to Vitamin Queen. Welcome. Vitamin Queen, do you think Palmon will be listed as mother? Okay, this playlist was really sickening and now I'm like overwhelmed. The one Absol by the bench. You see that little alley down below? That's where I ran back and forth. Down here. Oh my god. Okay, we're gonna have to get that. She's a rookie stage you can get from babies in the beginning. Oh, okay. Okay. In my head, I told myself, I probably will be playing Digimon in my off time, but I want to play as much with y'all live. Kind of similar to how we sort of struck the cadence with Legends. But I'm probably going to be able to absorb it a lot more when I like get some like non-stream time with it. Maybe tonight. In all honesty, I'm like kind of having a week where I just want to like not like be perceived. So maybe after stream I might just go to sleep. But if I do have time, since I'm playing a lot of Pokemon today, I'll probably have some Digimon time tonight. And whenever I do get my Digimon time, I'm going to get my hands on the evolving system and stuff and just like kind of get a better grip of it, because when I'm live doing stuff, I can only really absorb like 30% of the information. Girl, Macaron is having a hard time keeping up with this. She said, girl, I'm not used to running like this. Bubba, thank you so much for stopping by. I'll see you in the VOD channel. Thank you. You can run to the gate and then pass the 2 boxes. Let's see, the 2 boxes. The question is like, how far do I have to go? It's like 75, isn't it? Well, that's like 73. I think that's it. We have to go to the... Did you ever catch the original Digimon anime? I don't know anything about Digimon, which what makes it really exciting. I've had a lot of girly pops asking me to get into Digimon because, I mean, it's so similar in many ways. And it's not that I don't want to. It's just like kind of hard to find your entry point in. And this is kind of like my entry point. So I don't know anything. Yeah, Jovi, it's like very much giving like RPG. Honestly, the battle system reminds me of like Final Fantasy X. What with like the sort of this song. For anybody wondering, I'm playing Lautale OST. With like the switching of the like auxiliary teams and stuff. That's what it reminds me of. So I'm sure that there's a lot of like stuff that I can do on the side. It's unfortunate because I wanted to like get to the point where obviously the world opens up and you get like side quests and things, but we haven't gotten there yet. That's the kind of stuff I want to do in my off time. Hi Alias, Phaun Yuki. The gays love Digimon. They really do. They really do. Everything, literally all of my content, I'm always thinking, what gay who is employed, a student, or like just really busy in life, or maybe just needs something in the background in this tumultuous, crazy time. What if they're a nerd? What can I do for them? And then the one thing that I do know, I get a lot of questions about certain things, like Ace Attorney and all kinds of stuff. But I do know that Digimon is something that I can do. I used to spend hours on Lattale Marketplace. That was my Wall Street. My Wall Street was selling scrolls and MapleStory. Phaun, and Fame. I was thinking about it today, and the Digimon female MC laughing whenever she picks up an item is giving that one Emma Roberts meme when she joined TikTok. I don't think I know about that pop culture moment. Okay, so this Garbodor wants to fight. I'm going to go ahead and destroy its children and it. Because I have things to do. Oh, now you want to run. 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 Girl, I'm busy. Hi, Raya's dying. Okay, yeah, this is definitely resetting it. There's a lot of reading involved. I don't know about it, if I can do Ace Attorney live then. I'm a big time lurker and I'm in a million meetings, but wanted to wish you luck finding Clefairy. Yo boy Bimby, thank you so much. It's such an honor to me. Like, I'm not even like being funny. It is such an honor to me when people are like, I'm doing this important life event. I'm doing important things and I have you on in the background. Like, honestly, I often question like, what can I contribute to society while I have this time on this earth? And I think that this is it. It's weird and strange, but hey, it works. I hope your meetings are going very well. My favorite part of ZA is how it feels very anime coded, like an Ash adventure. I've always had this feeling that since Generation 8, the DLC specifically in Sword and Shield really woke us up to like a very anime feel. The DLCs felt like playing one of the like mythical movies. And, oh, of course. Of course. No, we can't do this. And Scarlet and Violet kind of had that feeling too, and I feel like Legends ZA really tapped into that energy. Legends ZA felt like playing one of the mythical movies, like a Zygarde movie. Ace Attorney is basically a visual novel. I'm kidding. It's weird and strange, but tea and valid. And that'll be the first page in my memoir that I'll never write, because by the time I'm old enough and accomplished enough to have one, nobody's going to be reading books. Including me. Speaking of books, oh, now I'm on a tirade. I feel the yap coming. Let the yap flow. Speaking of books, I started the Dune audiobook. What do we think about that? I'm on like what chapter am I on in the Dune audiobook? What chapter am I on in the Dune audiobook? Chapter 12. I'm on chapter 12. It's a long one, but I'm really trying, like, in all honesty, I'm noticing this pattern in my life, and I'm just like, I'm at a point now where I don't have to be so online and like in tune with like the algorithm to make content successfully. It's a blessing. It's a blessing. And also, like, Gen Alpha is really starting to get up there in terms of the youth culture, and I just don't know if I resonate with them as much. They don't seem to resonate much with me. I'm just kind of like having fun with like my Gen Z and older girlies, like here on Twitch. So I'm really trying to practice like more discernment with like how I spend my time. So whenever like I open up my phone to like be like, what's trending? If it starts making me feel bad, I just like choose to not look at it anymore. I stay like very informed. So like I'm already just like so inundated with information about what's happening around the world. So I'm like, sometimes I'll just sit in silence. Like yesterday after stream, I just like looked out my window and went to sleep. I don't know if that was depression or if I was just needing some silence, maybe a little bit of both. But whenever I'm opening up my phone, I just like, let's just listen to Dune. It's a 20-hour book, like audiobook, 24-hour audiobook. If I listen to it like an hour a day, I'll start making the habit of not opening up like TikTok unless I need to post something, you know? And you know, when I do post, I can just see what's trending and stuff, and then like I'll make decisions and things, but I'm really looking out for the mental health, especially now that it's starting to snow. Love Dune. Are they any longer than the movie? I'm sure they're much longer than the movie. The movie, I'm sure, is quite long. There's a lot of stuff. We're catching different Digimons? Yes, Netero. Dune waffles at the start of every chapter. This woman like tells you what happens in the chapter. I don't really understand what she's saying. The princess or whatever, she just kind of like rattles off things, and then I just wait for the chapter to actually start. I can never get on Dune low-key. It makes me feel so overwhelmed. It is quite overwhelming. About 12 chapters in, I've maybe gotten about 40% of the information. Sometimes I have to go start the chapter again. But I think that's like kind of the fun. It's a very dense world. Except school books. #irritated. I've only seen the 2 movies. The book series sounds like a doozy to read. Yeah, that's why I'm having someone else read it for me. And they also have voice actors too, so it makes it fun for my brain. Does the first Dune match up with the movies? I don't know. In the description, it said, now made into a movie starring Timothée Chalamet. And I said, oh, that's fun. He's famous. So I started listening to the book. Have you seen Pokopia? It's going to release on March 5th. Yes. We'll probably be playing that. Phaun, just do you. Honestly, the most important thing is maintaining longevity for creativity. If I had my soundboard on today, I would do a Vogue crash. But yeah. Honestly, I have this mantra that I'm doing lately, because my mind is like rife with things sometimes, is to lose myself in creativity when I have the time. Like obviously you have to prioritize certain things, but I just tell myself, lose myself in creativity. Like I don't necessarily believe in like a singular defined higher power according to institutions, but I do feel like I was born with a certain energy in me that I can sometimes lean on in times of need. And like my creativity, even though it's quite random and strange, it's like a certain flow state that like I sometimes am so happy to have, you know. It's like I can feel productive. My sister's Gen Alpha. I feel bad for her. Yeah, I feel bad for Gen Z too. I feel bad for the millennials as well. When am I getting a cat? I don't know if I'm ready for a cat. Mochi really taught me a lot of lessons about life. And I think I taught him some lessons too. Decompressing is so good for centering yourself again. Yes. This was me yesterday. I needed a break from the political climate and just detox after work. Yeah, it's important to, at a certain age, it's important for you to be informed. It's just being cognizant really for your future. But we do live in a time where we are very, very informed, and it's actually okay to be like, okay, I'm a bit tired. I need to take a little bit of a break from that. I'll come back. Just give me a second, you know? It's okay to say that sometimes. It doesn't make you a bad person. At least I don't think so. I read the book a couple years ago. It's everything. Yeah, so the reason why I wanted to get into Dune was because I was waiting for another audiobook to come up. And it, like, literally the moment I made the decision that I was going to get into Dune, that audiobook released. So I'll just put that on the back burner. But I want to get into sci-fi because I like a fantasy. I like a world. I like a moment. I like a drama. I like a space opera. I also like, I've been reading a lot this year and listening to a lot of audiobooks this year that are very like nonfiction. And just really just like very informative information. I think like now that I'm going into fall, I think my brain's a little bit overloaded with like the real. So sci-fi feels fun because sci-fi references things that are very real, and I do believe that sci-fi is like really good sci-fi authors sort of synthesize information based off of like our known technological capabilities. So it's kind of fun to hear people like theory crafting about what a future could look like based off of what we know, and I can still ruminate on the realities of the world while still being like immersed in a setting that feels detached and adventurous. Squick, welcome. Happy to see you. Happy to have you. My friend once asked me if I wanted to do a drinking game to Dune, and I had no idea what the movies was about, like, at all. So the number one rule is drink when there's sand. Well, I'm sure that you didn't remember the movie or how that one ended. Hi, Kim. Do you not have Mochi anymore? Nope, sent him right back home. I like fantasy, I like a world, yes. I'm 1999, grew up with both Gen Z and millennial humor. Yeah, look at me. I guess fried chicken, you get it. That's why you're here. Phaun, what's your favorite part about rumination? Rumination's fun because it's meditative. It's meditative. How do I describe this? You know how in like RuneScape, you do something over and over and over and your character comes out of it with one more point of a level? That's like rumination. Rumination is like that for your brain. You know, sitting and thinking with your thoughts, wondering about the world, ruminating on that. Your brain is like sort of like a pot of stew and you're just stirring it with like a low boil. And then after that, you get a bowl of soup. And that's kind of, I like that because I like the feeling of like progression, you know. I guess that's why I like MMORPGs. So it's like real life progression. The more you make that a habit, it's fun, but it's like also interactive. Like I hate doing like menial things that are good for you. Like it took me like at least half a year to get into working out because I did not like it at first. But like once you get the momentum, it's fun to do it. But it's a sort of thing that you can do like where you can discipline yourself. It's a form of discipline, but it's also like a fun one because you're interacting with your own thoughts. Wow. Something's wrong with me today. Squickerdoodle, thank you for 3 months in advance. I really appreciate it. I see a lot of people doing in advance, so I really appreciate that. Y'all are really investing in me. If generations were MBTI personalities, what would they be? Gen Z is I. As much as they want to be E, they're I. Millennial, I think, is an E. Gen Alpha, I think, is an E as well. What's I don't remember all of them. I can just give you the first ones. Thomas on, thank you so much for subscribing. What's my favorite soup? And Aldi, there is a canned soup. So Aldi does this really sickening thing where they import a lot of German foods. And there's this can of German soup. It's like a lentil soup. I use it almost like a sauce. You know, like how you can make like chili and stuff like that? I use it almost as a sauce. And it's like really salty and it has a lot of lentils in it. I like that. I also like Nangshim ramen, and you can't go wrong with bulldog. Are they soups? No, but they do have like a base in it. So like I consider that in the soup category. 93 here and a young 32. Is any of the girly pops making plans to go to Poke Park? I would listen to a lot of Game of Thrones audiobooks since it's so different from the show, but the voice actor needs to resonate with me. Well, thankfully I haven't seen Dune, so when I hear Paul, I don't think about Timothée Chalamet. I actually don't know who Timothy plays. Is he a Bene Gesserit? I'm kidding. Okay, so I'm gonna get a little bit into Dune. I really like, sometimes it's hard for me to get into sci-fi or like fantasy, like the epics, like the classics. Like Dune is kind of considered like a classic. it's kind of hard for me to get into it because it's kind of written in a perspective of like a really masculine perspective. And I like to explore feminine characters in art and like sort of feminine energies. I can get into a masculine energy, but it has to have like a certain flavor to it. I'm more receptive towards like feminine energies and perspectives, obviously. But what I really appreciate is the author takes a lot of time to have like a feminine perspective. While like there is like the talk of like dukes and like kings and like power and like war, there's no war, but there's like fights and there's violence, right? Which is more typically considered masculine. The whole Bene Gesserit school of thought and stuff is like a very feminine perspective. But it's kind of cool to think that in this world where we're like spacefaring and we have like really grand technologies, there's still like a reverence and almost like an untouchable nature to like the Bene Gesserit's like school of thought and like the sort of almost like magic that they wield. And I really like them. The Bene Gesserits are really sickening. And I like that Paul is like a character that's supposed to have a little bit of both. Very like non-binary team. First time chatting, I just want to say you're so stunning. Thank you. I do really, I grew up, you know, half Korean, so I do have a lot of tofu in my system, which I do think is like kind of adds a little bit to the cunt factor that I have. Like I'm kind of like, I'm like, I don't want to call myself butch queen. I'm like femme butch, I think. So soy sickening really makes sense. Daunting question. I heard the first Dune is very long and boring. I mean, the book is also very long and boring, but sometimes long and boring is fun. Am I a good witch or a bad witch? I think if I had witch powers, like from a young age, I honestly, okay, so I have so many Saturn placements, Capricorn stellium, blah, 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 blah. I have even more than just Capricorn in my birth chart. I honestly think that the universe has put me through humbling experience on humbling experience on humbling experience to not only learn my strengths, but also to stay humble, because I think I have like a very ambitious and like unshakable sense of self-worth that it can go into megalomania. But I have been so humbled by the world that I now understand that I need to practice gratitude on a daily basis, if not a 12-hour basis. So I think if I was born with witch powers, which I was not born with witch powers, some people are, I was not given that, I think that I would be a bad witch, because I think that I would be a bad witch. So that's why I don't claim having witch powers. I just think that I think that I would just be like a bitch. Okay, daunting question for Mother. Y'all, shiny hunting with y'all is so much better than doing it with Dune in the background. Would you rather only ever take baths in a bathtub-sized onion boil with piping hot melted butter full of garlic and seasoning, or would you rather be able to lock your house door with jamming your finger in the keyhole, breaking it every time, but it regenerates only after having to head out of the house? I would do the latter, because I don't like feeling stinky and dirty, and I don't want to be in a boiling pot of water every night. So I'm going to do the latter. I'd just break my pinky. I'd break my pinky and I'd just wear a glove when the trade comes over. Look, some people deserve to have bad things done to them. Witches can do that. I think the better question is, are you a good witch or an Etsy witch? See, if I was a bad witch, I'd have a sickening Etsy and I would just do it for money. And that's why I'm not a witch. Like, I know there's some witches in chat and they agree. They're like, it's a good thing you're not a witch then, Phaun. And I'm not saying that Etsy witches are bad. I'm just saying that the Capricorn in me, I think would be like, all right, so this is how I'm going to escape capitalism. I'd cast spells on anybody that would pay the high fee. And I just... Ooh. I feel like I don't want to talk about that anymore. I don't want to explore that side of myself. I'm not very proud of that. Speaking of witch powers, that reminds me that I had an exorcism cleansing as a child. That's good. I'm happy for you. New Robin song dropping tomorrow. And when the people needed her most. Not to be a Debbie Downer, but power comes with a price. It's easy to be allured by riches, but creating bad karma for yourself has consequences. This is why I'm not a witch. See? Notice how somebody has struck a balance. I would have to learn the hard way. Just like the universe has taught me a lot of things the hard way. Leave me with my very non-magical ways here. I'm so sick of having to fight this Garbodor. Everything that I've ever had, I've had to fight for it. Did y'all hear that? Was that a shiny? Thank you, Matsera. I heard something. My first, oh, it was my first. Macaron.
What was that?
I haven't listened to Rosalia's album yet, no. Honestly, I don't know if I'm in the mental place for that this week. Which house do I want to be in? I want to be in... So I'm on chapter 12. I've only gotten to know the Harkonnens in a few chapters so far. I want to be in Atreides. There's so many words in that book that there's so many words in that book that are hard to remember. I want to be in the one that Paul is in because his the Duke. I don't know what he looks like in the movie, but the image that I have in my head of him, I want to be one of his Bene Gesserits. I think you can hunt by running along the other way towards the street until you reach the manhole cover with the Pokemon art on it. Oh. Let's see. That's a Clefairy Cleffa. I think Lord of the Rings is important for like the Lord of the Rings established a lot of tropes, but I'm also the same. I'm not saying that Lord of the Rings is overrated. It really isn't, but I do think like the culture has moved to a point where we are benefiting from its contributions, you know? But that doesn't mean that we need to necessarily continue to dwell on it. Don't get me wrong, I've seen pretty much all the Lord of the Rings. But I couldn't get into the books. I couldn't get into The Hobbit either. Oh my God, I had a literature class, and y'all know me. I'm the type of girl that's gonna raise her hand every single time we need to dig and read in between the lines. I love reading in between the lines. But The Hobbit was so boring, T. I was like, oh my God, like, it takes a lot for me to not like a reading assignment. Oh, to the right. It's okay. I like this little path. Run to the right from the entrance. Oh, okay. We can try that because I'm about to teleport to that section anyway. Isn't the Duke Oscar Isaac? Don't tell me that, because now I'm gonna have that image. There are shinies on the rooftop and in the surrounding streets, so every once in a while run down them. Yeah, I've been checking those areas too. Let's run this way. Oh. I don't know. I like the other way. Sorry, y'all. I like the other way. I get very paranoid. I have to see them, like, I have to fully be able to see them. My fiance loves the Hobbit books. I couldn't do it. The first 2 chapters, I was literally sleeping. It's valid. I think that there's reason to like them, but it doesn't, you know, not everything's for everybody. We're not going to do this the full stream. As y'all can see, I have been struggling to get a Clefairy, but I wanted to spend some time trying to get that. I'm gonna mess around with my Pokemon next, but I'm gonna keep doing this. I'm still feeling the flow. Phaun, I'm closing in on getting the shiny charm, so I'm not sure, but do you think it's worth it, or have you gotten a lot of girl, it's worth it. Getting shinies in Legends ZA is much easier, technically. It's like a little bit faster, but I do think that Scarlet and Violet has more to get, and you can like target things and like specifically hunt things. Spawning stuff is like a little, you can cheese it a lot more in Legends ZA in certain circumstances, but I do think it's worth it. Like my Camerupts, I got a Numel in like 5 minutes because my boyfriend and I were thinking about the best way to do online battles with the Metagrosses, and we were like, oh, Camerupt. And I don't like playing online without a team that I've worked on. And I just did the spawning method for Numel and like in the wild zone, and I got it like 5 minutes. You know, sometimes you get stuck on stuff like Clefairy, but that's honestly part of the shiny hunt. It's just sometimes the RNG is just weird. Am I gonna watch Wicked 2? Yeah, probably. I really loved Wicked 1. I know it's like getting advertised a lot, but I never know when things come out, so I'm not gonna be one of those girls that goes to the premiere. I literally watched Wicked like when it was like on a discount ticket. I never know. I never know when stuff comes out. And then when people tell me it's like the next day and I'm like, I'm not going. I did everything but the 1000 battles and I'm struggling to farm it. I get so bored. Take it in chunks. That's how you get through like long grinds. Take it from an MMORPG. Well, Tark, you're an MMORPG girly. You know how this goes. Just do like one night. Just do one night a day. One night every time you think about it. Put on an audiobook, put on Dune, just do one little night. You know, then if you're feeling it, do one more. And put it down, don't think about the end goal, and then eventually you'll get it. Are you sure the Clefairies despawn? Yes, because maybe I'm not running far enough, but as you can see, they've changed form. I wasn't running far enough, I think. I have to go into the room. Why do they call it an oven when you in the cold food? Out of hot, eat the food. Of out hot, eat food. They probably call it an oven because it's like something like European or something like that. It's probably like a sort of reference to like some sort of like Germanic language thing. I know. I'm not sure I care as much for shinies at this point. I might do it all during GSC. Yeah. So something that like this is why I'm always like not to like focus in on what you're saying, but anytime people like somebody earlier asked me like would I say that this game is better or like would I recommend it, I have a really hard time recommending Pokemon because I love it and I can talk about it all the time, but like this gameplay is not going to be fun for everybody. Do you see what I'm doing? When people play video games, they want to play like a platform or something like that. I can just do this. I like that, you know? And did I enjoy getting the shiny charm in this game? No. Towards the end, I was really hating it, but I want the shiny charm because I want shiny Pokemon and I like shiny hunting. I literally have so many Pokemon that are shinies and I'm getting repeats because I just like shiny hunting. I just like it. You know? So yeah, it's valid. All I'm saying is it's valid if you don't want to get the shiny charm. It is literally a slog, but it's my slog. Unrelated topic, but I've been meaning to ask your thoughts on Marvel Rivals and the fact that it's the first game where they've made their male characters just as fan servicey as their female ones. As a gay man, I feel blown away at the fact that men don't all have rears and flat pancake. The thing is Marvel Rivals is developed and directed, I'm pretty sure, by a Chinese company. Chinese companies, while China does have, I don't know about all the laws in China. It ain't necessarily the most like LGBTQIA plus friendly place, but China has shown for the past like 2 decades that they are very willing to play the capitalistic game. And Western companies really harbor, I don't know what it is, but they don't, for some reason, tend to believe that anything but teenage boys play video games, even though more than teenage boys make video games. So they have a really hard time representing what people want. Like, they literally act like, oh, I don't know how to make a game for somebody. I don't know how to make a game for anything but teenage boys. Like, they literally act like that. Marvel Rivals literally had data that said, oh, people liked when we put Thor in a thong? Okay. Keep putting the guys in thongs. Oh, people liked when we put Invisible Woman in a thong? Okay. Keep putting the girls in thongs. Does that make money? Oh, okay. Then put everybody in thongs. Now, Marvel Rivals is really interesting because it resonates on so many different sort of parts of your brain. It resonates on that FOMO, like sunken cost fallacy thing in Overwatch, where like you play a bunch of games in ranked and then you just keep queuing up because you're like, well, I played 30 minutes. I have to at least break even on my rank. And then it also has characters that are like objectively made to look like attractive, and then they dress them up in, you know, things that your brain likes seeing. It's a very meta game in that. Like, it's like a battle pass hero shooter that's Marvel characters and everybody's hot. And like ambiguously like queer. It's a moneymaker. We live in an age of data, so it's just like really strange. I think that they're just literally following what their Excel sheets say. I'm kind of late on your shiny charm grind topic, but real. While I appreciate how autopilot and easy is to shiny hunt in CA, I just wish shiny hunting was a bit more interactive for this side game, or at least have some Masuda daycare egg method. Yeah, I didn't like Arceus. I didn't shiny hunt in Arceus. I just didn't care for it. I don't expect Legends to be like a shiny hunt game. I think Legends is more like a sort of, I say spin-off even though I know it's a mainline. I said it was a spin-off game on like TikTok and somebody was like, well, actually it's a mainline. I know, but the energy of it is very different. You don't play it the same way you play like the classic mainline Pokemons. So I don't expect it to be the same, I guess. But I like the novelty. Like I was saying earlier, I'm trying to catch stuff in things that I normally wouldn't catch because there's a little bit, it's just different. And when I have this shiny Pokemon, for me personally, who just enjoys running in circles and getting shinies, it's like when I look at this Pokemon in my collection, like my Macaron, I'll remember, oh yeah, I remember Legendza and like what it was like shiny hunting in it and what that game was like. It's just, I don't know, that's how it is for me. My ex-boyfriend was really into Marvel. It ruined the whole franchise for me. I'm sorry, Gar. I'm not really much of a Marvel girly. I think Marvel Rivals is really fun. I don't play it too much because those games, I'm just, like I was saying earlier, sometimes it's like things are fun for my brain, but then like I put it down and I feel exhausted and I wonder if I was actually having fun or if like my brain was just like kind of, I'm just speaking for myself. Marvel Rivals is something I really have to be careful with because I already have like a bit of an Overwatch habit and I have to put it down for long periods of time because, I don't know, it's a bit much. I feel angry and happy at the same time, and I don't know if I should feel like that for long periods of time. My favorite shiny hunting was Sun and Moon. It was so cool to be able to shiny hunt anything. My favorite Scarlet and Violet. I feel like because Western companies are mainly run by, yeah, Shoja, yeah. Well, that's the thing is like, you can be very cold and analytical and business driven about it, but humans at the end of the day make it, and humans are a product of their environment. So like on a macro scale, a lot of games have different like sort of flavors and textures to them because they're made in different geographic regions. That's why like JRPG is like such a like a weird thing when you're talking about games, because it doesn't even need to be a JRPG anymore, or even Japanese, to have the JRPG feel, because people who were made and brought up in the environment of being fans of Final Fantasy classics tend to make a game and it has that feeling to it, because it's a product of those people. Yeah, Eric, I kind of have a rule with myself that I don't really play competitive games with my friends. I play like funny, happy games with my friends. Competitive games I play by myself, and I literally play it with like chat off. I know that you're supposed to like communicate with your team and anything, but I've been playing competitive games since I was like a teenager, and I can guarantee you that it's barely even a double-digit percentage of the times when I've actually had like productive conversations with strangers on the internet in a competitive space. So how many steps has my character done so far? Not enough. Yeah, Panda, and like, you know, sometimes you do need to communicate with your team, but most of the time you don't. You know the rules of the game. You know your role. You can tell what's going on. And you know, sometimes you lose. It's like the older lady TikToker. I saw you reposted her. Yeah, see, but I don't want to be like that. I don't like feeling like that. Hi, Pluto. Don't even get me started on having chat and voice off. I cannot stand people online. Yeah, I remember in Overwatch once. I still vividly remember it. Like, it's seared into my brain. Just like me coming in and saying hi and like immediately just being like slurs. Because I mean, y'all hear how I sound. I don't care. Some people don't know gay people. It's like a new and crazy thing to them. To me, I see gay people every day in the mirror. So like, it's not that crazy, but it's like, this is just so unnecessary. Like really at a certain point, it's like, oh, it sucks that these people take up this space and they're just like hateful and mean for no reason. But like at a certain point, I'm like, why am I exposing myself to something that I know what's gonna happen? Like, why? I have too much energy and time in the day to like really give this any of my time. There is a mute button. Let's use it. Am I gay? I never said that. Can someone explain to me what game key cards are like a toddler? It's a license. If you're talking about like buying a game with like a card, basically that card has a code that is a license that gets checked. You'll put the code in and then it'll go to the cloud and it'll check to make sure that it's a valid license. And then if you have that license, it will be administered to the device. That device is now licensed to use or access the service of entertainment. Unfortunately, that is so real because I never joined voice chat in any game because my voice sounds quite feminine, which I don't dislike. Right, Umbra. And like the thing is like the answer that I normally get to people is like, you should play with like more like-minded people. I agree, but when I'm playing with like-minded people, like people that like I want to like have a good time with, I tend to be the type of person that wants to do something that I know we're gonna have a good time. Like not everybody in a party space or like a fun play space, like in terms of play, wants to like be challenged to win. When I play Overwatch, I want to win. Like, I'm just being honest. I'll accept the fact that I'll lose maybe 60% of the time, but I want to win. And I don't want to put those stakes on my friends. You know, when I'm playing with my friends, I want us to like laugh. That's what I want to do with my friends. in Overwatch, I'm gonna be like critical and stuff. And at that point, I'm like, well, if we're gonna be critical of each other, we might as well like put on like a community theater play. You know, like let's make the stakes real. We don't have to do that in Overwatch. Do you think you'll ever go back to the Hoyoverse games or Wizard 101? They're not in my plans right now. No. I don't want to be like fully opposed to them, but I don't know. Let's just say I don't think so right now. Not anytime soon. So basically it's you buying from the eShop, but instead you get a physical empty cards to play. Yes, Jesta, yes. But take it from me, as somebody who grew up very internet insecure growing up, I only had internet at my grandparents' house on the weekends. My grandma on my mom's side's house on the weekends. Those game key cards, they serve a very, very, very vital purpose to a little girly pop out there that can't afford their own internet yet because they're not grown enough to have internet in their name. But once I did, once they do get internet, they're gonna be okay. But until then, they need those cards. Why did you stop playing the gachas, if you don't mind me asking? They're just long. When I'm doing streams, I like to make sure that things stay like novel and fresh. You know, some like Digimon Time Stranger is probably gonna have a good amount of time, but we played them for a really, really long time, and it was starting to get away from me. Like I can't keep up because there's other things that I was doing. Like as a creator, I was changing. My interests were changing. The things that I wanted to do were changing, and I just had to make a decision on where we were spending our time. You know, I was lucky enough to like have an account. I mean, I still have them. I have an account that has like a lot of good characters on it. We did a lot of fun stuff. I was very supported by the community, but there was other things I wanted to do. I wanted to free up time, especially with like Legendza on the horizon. I think Legendza was kind of the thing that like made me be like, okay, we got to free up some stuff. It's basically a display piece. If the world lost internet, the game key cards would be useless. Well, yes, but like I was saying before, there are people who like I remember I remember getting like codes and license codes because it's not new. You know, I remember like getting up, I think it was Skyrim's disc, CD-ROM disc. Does anybody remember CD-ROMs? Skyrim's CD-ROM disc was basically just a key card, and you had to download it. But it's kind of like, I don't know. It's kind of easier to like have the card or the license like on a disc or like on a piece of paper to try to start the download than like going through the eShop. Maybe, I don't know. It's been a long time since I haven't had good internet. But they wouldn't do it if there wasn't if there wasn't a consumer that was buying it. I want a physical game is because I'm running low on storage. Oh, I know, I get it. The way that they lean into like digital only these days is kind of irritating, because you need like storage expansion. So I get that. No, I get that. Whoever designed eShop keyboards, when I find you. It kind of scared me initially because I thought it meant the game were only going to be as codes, and since I collect Switch games, I was appalled. I honestly wonder, I don't think that the cartridges have the actual game on them. I think Nintendo has basically like done licensing regardless of if you get the card or not. I don't know though. I do know that people are quote unquote archiving things. So I get a lot of people who are like when Legendza was coming out, they were like, I can't wait to play this game not on my Switch. I was like, okay, what am I supposed to do with that information? Like, go off, Queen. I'm not going to tell people what they can't do. But, you know. Girl, where is Clefairy? They planned on doing only 64 gigabyte cards for Switch 2, and the game key cards is cheap physical option for third party. Oh. I want a shiny Cleffa Alpha. That'd be fun. Remember when your save file was in your cartridge? I remember the years of playing Scarlet and Violet and you couldn't back it up on the cloud, and like that game running like poo-poo and just constantly being scared that the save file would get corrupted. I remember that. You're welcome, Darius. 1 hour commute is a lot, man. Is it possible to get used key card? I don't know. I don't know, y'all. When it comes to Nintendo, I really have Nintendo as like a machine to play Nintendo licensed products, because I do like a few of them, specifically Pokemon. My Switch 2 is like a Pokemon machine. I have a validation for it because I make content around it. But even before that, I would like, I remember going to GameStop and trading in like my Xbox, all my Xbox games, my Game Boy Advance, and a whole bunch of other things, and then saving up money to like cut the difference just so I could get a Nintendo DS so I could play Pokemon Diamond and Pearl. That's the luxury I give myself as a consumer. Is that I will probably always have the next Nintendo console because I love Pokemon. You're new to shiny hunting. So shiny hunting is a little bit different every game. They add new gimmicks to spawning Pokemon. This method right here is walking back and forth. A lot of it is walking back and forth. In the classic games like Nintendo 3DS and down, or Nintendo 3DS and previous, older, because it wasn't overworld spawning, you would have to like either do eggs or like manipulate spawns. There's like hordes and stuff like that in other games. There's a lot of different ways of doing it. It's essentially studying how things spawn and then sort of like messing with that. Right now, because we know that like within like 75 meters, Pokemon despawn and then they spawn in within like 50 meters, I'm like spawning these Clefairies over and over. But there's no egg hunting in this game, which I don't like egg hunting. In Scarlet and Violet, you would make sandwiches that had high shiny rates, as well as like specifically spawning certain types. And you would try to like sort of triangulate Pokemon that way. Pluto, I think that's the case too. Chingling is also kind of following that. I've seen a few Pokemon that have mega evolutions that are like sort of closing the circle with like their earlier stages. What time is it? I'm gonna do a few more spawns and then I'm gonna train my Pokemon. Was shiny hunting Dratini all morning and got Badoo instead. Hey, congrats though. Badoo's fun. Rose Raid is fun. I'll keep shiny hunting until the day is over on here. You wish Mega Blastoise was more like Wartortle? Well, that was a different era of when they were doing Mega Evolutions. I think that there's a pretty big difference in how they're designing these now. Well, not big, but there's a noticeable difference between how they're designing these and how they're designing the new ones. I don't know if y'all noticed, but there is a significant lack of like Transformer guns on everything. Blastoise was made during that era though. Okay. I'm gonna train some of these Pokemon. No Clefairy. Let's check around the area though, because I was running around. The shinies will like sort of stay in the world if they do spawn as a shiny. So we'll check around this area and see if we got anything, like up on these roofs. I don't think anything would have spawned in there. Or we would have seen it. A Vietnamese restaurant? Is vermicelli Vietnamese? I don't know if I'm saying that right, but I really like it. It's like a salad that has like a bunch of vegetables and like bean sprouts and stuff in it. Vermicelli, I think. Do you think you'll ever do girly pop battle lobbies in ZA, like a community thing? Electra, I think there's too many people watching now to do anything like a battle day. Honestly, doing battle days back in the day was a lot for me. I don't really want to do that. I am going to do like I'm going to fire up some public lobbies in a second today, but I don't really want to promise that we're going to do some sort of like organized tournament thing. It's just, it doesn't move me. If I do that, that's just probably because I got sort of like some inspiration, but Battle Day was a lot for me to do. And now with like over 100 people sort of engaging, it's a lot. I don't know if I could do that. Maybe if like in Gen 10 they do a way where you can like sort of organize that a little bit better, but I don't really have any ideas. Am I doing a girly pop lock for Legendza? It's a possible thing, but I'm honestly trying to finish that documentary. I've been kind of depressed this week, so I kind of put that on the back burner. I haven't really done any editing projects like I should have been. It's really hard to comb through like all that footage and like be looking and listening to myself for hours on end when I don't feel inspired to do it. I don't want to think about the next girly pop lock until that documentary is done, but I'm hoping to get it done before the next DLC comes out. I have enough time to do it. It's just I need a break. Legendza's doable though. I don't want to say it's the next one because I haven't thought that far. I'm trying to get up on this roof, girl. Maybe it's like over here. Legendza is definitely doable, and I think that it would be fun. I think that I might want to do something from an older generation next time. That's where I've been leaning, if y'all want any insight on the next girly pop lock. I'm thinking of an older generation because they're a little bit, I don't know. We've done like back-to-back like 3DS. I kind of want to change it up. It'll take long. I don't think so. I don't think that it would take long. This game is long, but in terms of the streams, I mean, even with Sun and Moon and like X and Y, there's a lot of stuff I have to do in the background to like set it up for like the stream. I would just do the same thing for this. I mean, you could organize it around each battle. There's the taxi, the kid, the corporate lady, and then you have all of the principal trainers. I don't think it would be longer than Alola. Okay, I'm not seeing any shinies. Let's train these Pokemon. I did hear about Lazarus coming out. First thing I want to do actually is give these Furfros haircuts, girl. So let's see. I want to do these I want to give haircuts. And then this one I want to give a haircut. Then we have two luxury ball ones. I'm sure there's luxury ball ones that I like. Where is that lady again? Pokemon Legends CA Furfro lady. If I had a chance to recolor what shiny, what would it be? A lot of them. Off the top of my head, I'd honestly like a recolor of Clefable. I think that Clefable looks the best it's ever looked in game as a shiny. I do think that they've adjusted. I want people to specifically look at Camerupt on Cerebi and look at what Pokemon looked like in Scarlet and Violet. That was such a bad decision. They definitely brought back the more cel-shaded Sword and Shield look, but I honestly think they turned up the brightness and the pastels even more because some of the shinies in this game look different to me. Like Clefable and Clefairy look a lot brighter. Shiny Gardevoir looks like she has a little bit of a pink hue, but I would like to see Clefable get like a full recolor. Girl. I heard once that we should play the games how we want and how we see fit in our enjoyment, and that's changed my perspective. Yeah, that's how I approach games. I got a really sweet comment today. A few actually. People were like, because I was posting clips from Digimon Time Stranger, because I just wanted people to know that I was playing it, because I've had some people ask me to play Digimon, so I just wanted them to know that like I'm getting into it. And somebody was like, you play games with such whimsy, it's so refreshing. I literally make a concerted effort to do that. Not to be like, oh, I'm doing something different. It's really not. But just like as a creator, I really like try to stop and ask myself, like, am I doing this? I just feel like people literally support me and platform me to like not crap on everything they like, you know? So I just try to have fun with it. Like, even if it's like, for example, Dispatch, I don't think all of us are like into the game, but that doesn't mean we can't try to have fun with it since we're here. Furfro forms shiny. So I want the star form to be in the dive ball. Oh, sorry, Scyther. Yeah, I want the star form to be in a dive ball. That's so cute. Okay, so it's in a dive ball now. Oh, y'all see that effect? I think that's so cool. Nice. Okay, so where does Scyther get the dye? He uses berries. So this quick ball, I didn't really think this all the way through. The sport ball. I'm gonna do Kabuki for the sport ball. I know like sport itself doesn't really match the Kabuki, but the Kabuki does kind of have that color scheme. I was hoping that there was going to be new Furfro forms in this, but I don't think that they'll do it. I'm not really hoping for anything other than just more megas in the DLC. Oh, it has like a green effect though. We can do Dandy for this. Yeah, we're doing Dandy for that. We're redoing that. So cute. Perfect. All right. So this fastball, what does fastball look like when it, oh, quick ball. That's like blue. So we can do that other blue form with that. Is it natural? It's not Pharaoh. I think it's Lorraine. What a wild one. I like that. Oh, that looks cool. The effects look so good with them. Nice. All right, so now we have 3. See, now I'm thinking like maybe I want them in other balls now because there's so many different colors. I do think for luxury, I think the diamond trim works for luxury at least. The other ones I'm gonna put off to the side. Oh wait, we have a fastball. Oh God. Okay, wait, now we have to look at this. Oh, that's a little bit more understated. It's a little bit blue. Since I'm new to Pokemon and don't have any knowledge on anything, yesterday I tried to get an Eevee to evolve to an Espeon, and after it evolved to a Sylveon, I noticed that it had a fairy move which affected the process. Yes. Eevee is daytime. Espeon is daytime with no fairy move on it. If you want it to be Sylveon, you add a fairy move to it. Okay, so it's a little bit understated. It does look a little blue, but I'm getting more minimalism from it. So maybe we're gonna rely on the ball itself. While it is like a lightning, the colors itself match the debutante a lot. But I'm also kind of feeling diamond. I'm gonna do diamond trim. I think that works better. Oh, congrats, Umbra. Well, Spam, thank you so much. It's a two-way street. I really when I started making content, I honestly initially started making content because I wanted to promote my music, I was like really just trying to find a way for anybody to like notice me on the internet, you know. And as time went on, sorry, my brain is stopping. No, that's not it. Let's put these here. As time went on, I was kind of like, well, let's talk about video games because I like video games. Maybe I can find an audience with that. So I started with Final Fantasy 14, and that didn't really resonate too much. I started talking about Pokemon, which was really resonant on especially TikTok. It's such like a sort of trendy game, and I just leaned into what I liked. Like, I don't like everything about Pokemon, but I find a lot of community talking about it, so I just kind of stick with that. All right, let's do... Oh, I want a Jolteon in the sport ball. What does that look like again? That's actually perfect. I was worried that Jolteon... I was worried I was going to want it in a friend ball, but that's actually perfect with the effect. I don't have a Jolteon yet, so this is going to be cool for my collection. But yeah, like I said, Spam, it's a two-way street. I just try to put, I feel really grateful for being able to do this. Like, I'm like, I know I keep saying it, but I've been kind of having a bad week. And, even with that being said, like, I still feel very grateful because there's people who have bad weeks who also don't like their job. I love my job. So I try to practice gratitude by just like keeping it positive, you know? Oh my God, Shiny Jolteon is so cool. Look at that effect with it. That is so cool. This is the first Shiny Jolteon I've ever had. That is so cool, man. I love that. Yeah, Shiny Eevee is fun because it's very, I think of it as like very luxe. Just like the sort of monochrome moment. Yeah, that is awesome. I'm so happy with that. Okay. So I want Umbreon and I want Sylveon. So let's work on that. All right, so we want to take that move off. Daegu, yes, 95 babies. As time goes on, I mean, I'm sure you know. You just realize I have this like real like belief that like you knew what you wanted, like you know the things that you like as a child, and you tack on new things, but yeah, it's like at a certain point, I used to be really ashamed about being like, especially like being like, this is gonna sound really weird saying it now, but being like a feminine gay guy who identifies as such, but also like really likes very feminine aesthetics, and I'm really nerdy to the point where like I would like be the kid that would talk too much about something they liked till it got awkward. I spent a lot of time in like my early 20s just like trying to put that part of me somewhere else and just be something else, and it didn't work. Like, it didn't work. I can't do it. Some people have like a really higher threshold for that kind of stuff. I don't, and that's like a big weakness of mine. And like the older I get, you know, I might feel ashamed about it or something like that, but the older I get, it doesn't go away. So then I get to a point where I'm like, okay, well, I just have to accept this. And then you realize it's not that big of a deal. So I'm turning 30, and I like wearing pink wigs and playing Pokemon. Sorry, I'm probably going to be like that until I'm 40, and then I'm probably still going to be like that. I don't know what I'm training right now. I forgot which Eevee I'm training, so I'm just gonna keep spamming it. Oh, it's the first one. Okay. I'm excited to turn 30. At 40, I'll probably still be like this, but like enhanced, you know. Right. Let's save just in case. I'm always paranoid with EVs. See, I messed up. That's why we save. That's why we save. I do love Espeon, but I already have an Espeon. I have an Espeon that I love dearly. You can hang out with them on the bench for 10 seconds. Oh, it's okay. I got the money. Rooster, thank you for subscribing. Yeah, Shiny Espeon is slay. Don't get it twisted. I love Espeon, but I'm not hunting EVs. They just came because I'm trying to get Clefairy. So I was like, you know, if I'm going to be here getting EVs, then I want to get some stuff that I haven't worked on. I know it sounds crazy, but I have not gotten a shiny. Actually, I think I have a shiny Umbreon and a Beast Ball, but I don't have one in a Moon Ball. You see how I like sort of rationalized the decision to shiny hunt things I already have by just putting it in a different Abra Ball? I'm sick. Oh yeah, let's see the shiny Umbreon. I just like went straight to the other one. It has like little stars that come out of the moon ball. See, it's like a little starry night. I'm gonna do a ZA playthrough as a circus pop trainer using bug plus dark types. That sounds fun. Good luck. As somebody who had a bunch of fairies, I I tend to fight for my life, so. I also take the effects of this game with a grain of salt, because I don't know if they're going to take this and move forward into Generation 10 with these effects and stuff. But I don't, it's like at the same time, I also don't care. It's like, it's just fun. I like it. I just like getting shinies. I do like that effect though. I don't know how they choose which Pokemon go in, so we're just gonna put these here. And we also need to put, I haven't fully organized my boxes, so. And yes, I am still trying to get all of my original team as shinies, but Selene needs to spawn as a shiny. That's why I'm like stuck on this Clefairy hunt. My object permanence prevents me from seeing too far ahead. I've already forgotten. Yesterday. Yesterday. All my troubles seem so far away. Now it looks as though they're here to stay. Y'all remember that Beatles song? Y'all remember the Beatles? I want a Gallade and a Moonball. But I know that I'm going to hunt that Gallade and it's going to be Gardevoir, which I'm not mad at, but I already have a shiny Gardevoir. I took a class in the Beatles last year. Oh, nice. Paradise, did you finish that programming assignment with your cut finger? I felt bad for you. Was that the class you were doing, the Beatles class? You had to program a beetle? No, I didn't. And every day it's late is minus 20%. Oh, well. Oh, well. Programming school is hard. I think so. I wouldn't be too hard on yourself. I'm not saying that you are, but if you have the feeling, I wouldn't do it. Like be too hard on myself. And here we have Sylveon. I think I already have a shiny Sylveon in a dive ball, but just in case I needed her for online battles, I have her on deck. You know, because you never know when you need a shiny Sylveon. You never know when you need a shiny Sylveon. Okay, so anything else to evolve here? Oh, we have to evolve Trubbish and Patrat. If I get another of these, I do want the earlier stages, but I also want the evolutions of these two. So I'm gonna go ahead and evolve these. I want the Kakuna. I want to keep the shiny Kakuna for some reason. I don't know why. Shiny Mega Beedrill is sickening though. I agree. I can never decide on a Pokemon team. I hate the stigma I have of limiting myself to one type on a team. I've been struggling with Legendza so much. The way that I did it, I kind of just well, I kind of do this every time. I think about what I've ran before. If like I catch a Pokemon, I don't do this. I don't like go through like a checklist, but like I tend to like try to do new things in the playthrough because I know that I'm going to eventually gravitate towards like ones that I like a lot at the end game because I get into the end game of Pokemon. So as I'm playing the adventure, I try to use it as an opportunity to be like receptive towards Pokemon I normally forget. Like that's why Wonka ended up being in the team because I wanted to like, I've never had a Camerupt, so I was like, okay, let's try it. I haven't done the Deontay stuff yet. No, I'll do it when I have time. Every time I get on, like when I'm not streaming, if I play, like honestly, sometimes after streaming, I'll just like sit in silence. When I'm not streaming, I'll play for a game for like maybe an hour at a time. I get a lot of gaming time in on the weekends if I'm feeling up to it, but a lot of my time has been monopolized by trying to get Clefairy, so once I get her, maybe I'll do the Deontay quest. I just hate doing something else when I have a goal in mind. Do y'all like that Garbodor? I think Garbodor looks so cool. The gray little puffs on its head are so cute. Hi, Jelly. Is Evolvey really essential in this game? I kind of don't want to evolve Trubbish. There is an Eviolite you can get in a side quest, I think, but I think it's more endgame. You'll definitely have an easier time evolving stuff. I honestly feel like it might be essential. Yeah, Watchog is so psychedelic. I think that the level ball looks good for it because you see it's like, it's very like, it's like electric. That's nice to know. See, this game, I'm like really trying to embrace new stuff because you can't really control the Apper Balls you get too well. And they're quite sparse. So I'm like, okay, let's play with Level Ball. I'm glad to know that Level Ball looks like that. And I've never hunted a Watchog. This is, I think, my first Watchog. Oh, it's kind of cool. And this is my first Garbodor, too. Oh, so pretty. I have 3 boxes of regular Trubbish in my Premier Ball because I catch everyone. I stopped playing the game until I got a shiny Dratini. Literally, you just got to the Justine. Justin. Okay, anything else? I guess we might as well evolve the Forges, huh? I'm not touching those Fletchenders. They're canceled. Oh, post game you can get extra battle items from Racine Construction. Oh, shiny hunting. I don't have a shiny Amara. I also want the shiny T-Rex too. The shiny T-Rex is actually really pretty. It's like blue. How do you feel about the Bulbasaur line? I think the Bulbasaur line is like the original Plant Gay. They're kind of like legacy in that regard. Oh, this is fun. I'm having fun with this stream. I like saving all the fun things. I normally don't do this stuff when I'm actually playing because I'm like, kind of like, I guess the payoff for me is like catching it. So even if I want, say like I want like a shiny Raichu, if I catch a shiny Pichu, I just won't evolve it because I know that I already have it technically. So it's kind of fun doing this with y'all, like seeing it. Oh, she needs a shiny stone. Dang it, I always forget that. As y'all can see, I'm not good at evolving stuff. Which of the new shiny megas have you seen so far? All of them, I'm pretty sure. Shiny Pyroar, Mega Pyroar, even though I think Mega Pyroar is kind of lame, I do like the Mega a lot. I think that the color change is much better than the actual line itself. Because the actual line is like more pale. I think Litleo is really cute in a friend ball. I think I have a Litleo, but now I want another one for the Mega in like a fastball or something. What's your favorite Final Fantasy besides 14? So growing up, Final Fantasy X was the game that got me into Final Fantasy. So Final Fantasy X-2 was probably like my favorite, but in like the sort of pandemic era where like we all kind of did stuff, but time itself didn't exist for like 3 years. I can't remember if I did it before or after the pandemic, but I played. I basically haven't played Final Fantasy 1, 2, and 3. And I think the one with Bart's in it. My other favorite Final Fantasy is 6. I think 6 is a fun game as a fan of video games to see what I feel like is like the ultimate SNES RPG experience. Because you can see in like groups of 3s, Final Fantasy 1 to 3, Final Fantasy 4 through 6, and Final Fantasy 7 through 9 are different eras of like video game development, and you can see how they like sort of learn from a past generation, and then they start with a really big idea and then they refine it, and then like the last one of that trilogy is kind of like it all being wrapped in a bow. 8 is kind of like that too. But 6, Final Fantasy X, 2, and 6. We know about this, Diva. I think I already have a shiny white Florges, so this is my first shiny yellow Florges. So that's nice. Also have her for battles too if I need her. Okay, that's enough of that. There's one more thing I want to do, and then we can just like run at each other for the rest of the stream with battles. I want to train this Leafeon. I have an idea for Leafeon. So I'm gonna get it to level 50. Actually, I'll just put a bunch of candies on it. Do you update your streaming schedule, or am I just waking up early enough to catch you midstream? I don't touch my streaming schedule. I'm very bad with like the sort of, if I ever get like super stupid rich, I will pay somebody a generous amount to do like all of the background things, but until then I just hope that people understand that I have good intentions. I don't update it. Okay, so what I want to do here is give it like a healing build, and I'm gonna play it online with y'all to see if it's fun to do. A healing ranged. I don't think I wanted Giga Drain. A healing ranged, like sort of like build like this: Synthesis Wish, Leech Seed, and Bullet Seed, with high defense and HP. That's what I want to do. And then I'm gonna start some lobbies with us. Welcome to the chat, Narc. Are you saying ew at my Leafeon? Oh wait, wrong place. Somebody said... I love 10-2 because never before has a Final Fantasy so clearly made for... 10-2 is also... I feel like the battle system of 10-2 is like often overlooked because of how it was initially received. But I think the battle system was really fun. Being able to transform into different jobs with like the sort of timer on each character. Hi, Alpaca. Did I already do it? Let's do it again. I wasn't looking. Okay, cool. So let's give, what did I say? Defense and HP? Let's go shopping. IDK if you know about the online meta Phaun, but Glaceon can finally be great. Yes, I'm rank A. I'm very, and also first and second place is giving me love balls more often than the ZA Royale. So I'm very, very aware. Glaceon, Metagross, Ampharos with Reflect and Light Screen, Gyarados. People are bringing, they're starting to not bring Greninja so much anymore. Skarmory, Garchomp. It's always, people are always trying to find some excuse to make Garchomp work, girl. Right. And I ignore all of that because I'm an insufferable hipster at the end of the day. Getting your dad 10-2. Well, yeah, that game opens with a J-pop song, a J-pop girl song, as the boys like to call it. Let's do. Right, just because Cynthia did it doesn't mean you should. Okay. Okay. It's really hard training and talking at the same time. You're at D&D. Hi, Comet. Hi, D&D. right. See, I keep forgetting what I'm doing. Wait, where did... Are they up more? Yeah, they are. Okay. So I don't know if this will work, y'all. And obviously this is not made for anything but just like messing around. This is how I like to do Pokemon. When I get shinies, I'll just like make a build that's like a fun concept and then just move on. Defense. And I'll give it this one little protein. This is Leafeon, the grass thing. It heals itself. And we need a mint for it. I want to do a mint that is... Let's look. I guess we'll just go into defense. Sure. And now this diva here is not going to be really good with special attacks, so we got to remember that. Can I give it leftovers? Let's go to Racine Construction and get leftovers. Can I pay Nurse Joy to EV train my Mons as a side hustle? You can go to the dojo. Speaking of which, I have to go to the dojo. Shell Ball is better than leftovers? Oh, we'll get that then. I don't mind having that. Where do you get the extra battle items? Do you have to do all of the... in the garage? Okay. Too many words, I can't read them all. Fairy Feather, Silk Scarf, Dragon Fang, Charcoal, Twisted Spoon, Spell Tag, Sharp Beak, Mystic. Salt Fest, Normal Gem, Rocky Helmet, Life Orb, Wise Glasses, Shell Bell. Okay, that means I can't run. Oh wait, I already had a Shell Bell. I forgot that I took it off of Arachne. Okay, oh well, we have two now. I am gonna take Wonka out for this. Actually, I'm gonna run stuff that I don't normally get to run. Just for the fun of it. Okay, I think I'm ready. I'm gonna start some lobbies, y'all. So we're gonna do first come, first serve. I just ask that if you play once, give other people a chance to join. I don't know how many people are gonna try to play, but I'm just gonna go ahead and wait, let's play music. I turned off the music because I wanted to play music here. I want to buy some junk, I mean treasures. Is me selling old clothes on Depop? Phaun, I sleep as soon as I get home from my overnight shift to wake up to your streams now. Oh, nice. Hi, good morning. Okay, sorry, I was catching up on chat. All right, let's private battle. Create a room. All right, y'all, this is gonna be the code. Good luck. Nice. I'm seeing some interesting aesthetics here. Seeing some interesting aesthetics. We're gonna do normal rules 3 Pokemon. And I'm just gonna do random music. I do like doing Just Stomp, but I've been kind of liking random. After playing like 10 battles back to back of Just Stomp, I'm like, okay, let's switch it up, just so when she does show up, it's nice to hear. The Real Royale is getting into the room. I think, yeah, I know. Sorry. On the bright side, people tend to give people a chance. Oh wait, sorry, that was me. I was like, what's going on? All right, divas. Good luck. ZA Battle Club. Yes, honey. Yes. Let's get into this severely.
You woke it up.
All right, Macaron. We are against some gully pops. This is going to be new. I need you to focus.
I'm from Chicago.
This is my chance. Leech Seed on the slow bro. Ooh. Ooh. Look at how gorgeous this battle is. Bites into the competition. Oh my god. Okay. This is the Macaron battle. I tried some other things. This is the Macaron battle. Come on, Lucy. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Oh. Okay. My Pokemon are weak, but they're really pretty. My first point! Let's make a wish. Okay. Oh my god. Lucy has been enhanced. Get her. All right. That was fun. I just noticed I don't have any megas, but I'm going to keep trying. I'm just doing plus moves with them. Okay, I'm going to do another lobby. If you've already played, try to let somebody else get a chance. Not nearby players. I've been disconnected from the internet. Faraway players. GG, everybody. New code 2B2SRN. To be 2 SRN. Sorry, I was looking at something on my phone. Normal rules. I have to say it out loud so I remember. And since we're close to the end, I'm gonna make sure we get at least one just in. Okay, you see how there's so many different aesthetics? Do you see that? Very fun, very fun. I'm excited to see what these teams are. Yes, McGuy, welcome to the chat. Yeah, I'm gonna try to keep them rolling. I appreciate everybody taking the time to try to join. I don't know how else, I'm sure something will pop into my head. I don't know how else we'll organize this, but I do think that people, for the most part, give other people a chance. Plus, you'll kind of be like seen if you like if you're like somehow really good at doing it and you just keep joining. People will see and be like, oh, yo boy Bimby, thank you for 6 months. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yes, honey. Rat cat 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 rat cat cat rat cat cat. Ooh, frozen, honey. Y'all saw how Macaron gagged like that? She does that a lot. She really likes to gag sometimes. She likes to gag sometimes. Since we have a lead, let's go ahead and set up some defenses. Make a wish and leech seed. Oh no. Oh no, I see a Delphox. Run. Y'all saw how, oh my god. They're coming for her. Get the bird. Okay. We almost lost a girly pop there. Not the girls fighting. Do y'all see the Gardevoirs fighting? Everyone rushing the grass type. Yeah, I noticed that too. It was very scary. They're chasing us. All right. This is a fight for Lucy. Oh, not anymore. Bow. Bow. Leafeon, make a wish, honey. Okay. Yeah, Mega Gardevoir's gown becomes very like Met Gala. Fighting the competition. Oh. My Furfro disappeared in that hyper beam cannon. Oh my god. I won. I don't win all the time. That's so fun. Okay, let's do one more battle, everybody. GG, GG, GG. That was cute. Thank you. Okay, one more. Macaron did kind of carry. She was taking a bite out of the competition for RuPaul. This is Drag Race versus Lumase. Okay, we have, this is very, this color palette. I'm really interested to see how this turns into. Very interesting color palette here. Very interesting color palette. Yeah, this is very much the cottagecore battle. RuPaul's Drag Race versus the cottagecore. Alvaro's giving a little bit more Technicolor, but I'm getting cottagecore from Gabrielle and Uriel. Uh-oh. The profile pictures just revealed a lot more about these trainers. This is going to be a very diverse match. Furfro, Macaron, I need you to be focused on this competition. Oh, that rosary looks so sickening over there. We have to fight. Get her immediately. Okay. No, 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 no. Leafeon just going in to face tank a flamethrower. Uh-oh. Come on, girl. Let's fight. Ooh. Okay. No, no, no. No, because... oh, my God. I wasn't ready for all that. That really got me. Look at how sickening Alvaro's Roserade looks. Oh, everybody's mega evolving. No, this is a ragtag group over here, honey. That's a really cute hat, Alvaro. Ooh. You better look out. This dog bites. You better look out. This dog bites. Oh. That Roserade looks so good. I want a shiny Roserade. She looks so good in this game. She runs around like a little like a flower ninja. It's so fun. Have you taken your doctor's recommended Vanadium gem today? No, that might be why my brain is off. They told me that I can't quit them cold turkey, but I did. You better watch out. This dog bites. GG, that one was cool. That was a rough one. Yeah, that Rose Rage, her and her supporting girl group members really ate. That sludge bomb that you did on me, I underestimated your Rose Raid and she got me. Goldie, thank you for 4 months. Yeah, Macaron is kind of becoming MVP. I really don't switch her out because she's so fun to play. She's very useful with that the expert belt. Okay, cool. Well, me and the guys are gonna hang out after stream, so let's say bye to the VOD girlies. VOD girlies, I hope you have a good one. Thank y'all so much for the VOD today. To the VOD girlies showing up today, thank y'all so much to the chat. I will see y'all tomorrow. I'll be real, if I do cancel tomorrow, it's just because like I'm kind of going through some stuff, but I'm gonna do my best to be here tomorrow and have a good time with y'all tomorrow. Tomorrow's Wednesday, so I don't know if we'll do Digimon or Pokemon, probably Digimon, but anyway, I hope that this VOD found you well and I hope that you had a good time. Thank you, bye.